So the Agile value of focusing on people and interactions over processes and tools requires that we find the right developers, analysts, testers, managers for our teams. It's essential to find the right people for a successful software project. I'm reminded of a little segment from Tom DeMarco's book Peopleware, where he talks about this fictional story of trying to hire a juggler to work for your company. And this juggler comes in and they ask him about his background and his references and what is his theory of juggling, but they never actually ask the guy to juggle. Well, we do the same thing when hiring programmers. There are lots and lots of programmers that get hired without ever having to show how well they program. And there are various ways to do that. You can ask programmers to send in a code sample, or better yet, send them a sample problem and ask them to send in a program that solves that problem. My favorite way to evaluate programmers is what I call the audition interview, where during the interview itself, you're actually asking them to write code in a near real-life situation. That's what I call the audition interview. Number one, sit the programmer down at a computer with an integrated development environment running, somewhere they can actually write code in a real-life situation. Number two, find a pairing partner for this person, and ideally multiple pair programming partners for the candidate. This is a great way for the whole existing team to evaluate the candidate's programming ability. So 20 minutes per person, you can get 4 or 5 people through in 80, 90 minutes. Third is to come up with the right programming problem to solve. You're probably not going to get away with working on the actual live system that your team is supporting. So you need some sort of programming problem. Games are a great source of ideas for programming problems. I used to have candidates program the logic behind a hangman game, or plotting points in a two-dimensional coordinate system. That's good. It involves some math and thinking in offsets, and if you scale, then you got to do division and mods and all that. So that's another good program. Step number 4 is have the candidate identify something that they can code up in the time allotted, whether that's 30 minutes, whether that's 2 hours. What do they think they can reasonably accomplish in that time? And then have at it. I like to encourage them to work in a test-driven development style. If they don't know TDD, then that's a perfect chance for the pairing partner to teach TDD. You can engage in ping-pong pairing, where the existing team member will write the test and then ask the candidate to write code to implement that test. And then step number 6 is watch. Be very observant as your candidate is programming. Is he facile with the keyboard? Is he good at cutting and pasting? Can she navigate the IDE? Does she know some keyboard shortcuts? All sorts of things you can pick up just by watching someone try to write code. Joel Spolsky has written a book about how to hire good developers, and the title of his book is Smart and Gets Things Done. And that's the meme he uses throughout for the 2 basic criteria for hiring a programmer. Are they smart, and do they get things done? And you can find out both of those things in this audition style interview.